it'll be Jeffrey Wood. Row number 2 on the inside in that 122 car. Out of Phillips, it is Cole Spacek. He's alongside the 11 car. Out of Duluth, of Jody Belfi. Row number 3 was not here last night. First time out in the Northern Nationals for the 4X out of Ashland of Steve Stewart. Alongside of him in that 16N, or the 4N, he is a former Northern National winner in the Midwest Modified. That is Jeremy Nelson. Row number 4 in the 1L out of Duluth, it'll be Donnie Lofdahl. And alongside of him in the 98, oh, there he is, he's out on the front stretch, will be Al Utanen out of Superior. And the 97 car out of Duluth, the car he just picked up from Kevin Eder, it will be Greg Chesley. Haken Wood on your front row. It's Cole Spacek, Jody Belfi, row number 2. Steve Stewart, Jeremy Nelson, row 3. Donnie Lofdahl, Al Utanen, row 4. And Greg Chesley in row 5. First of 4, Tim's Automotive and Machine, sponsoring our Midwest, our modifieds here at the 31st Annual Northern Nationals, which is presented by Baylock and Security. Haken in the green 1. Jeff Wood in the blue and white 55W, and here we go. Out of turn 2, Scott Haken going to be your early leader. Here comes Jeffrey Wood and Cole Spacek. The red 4 car, that is Steve Stewart out of Ashland. The white and blue 4 is Jeremy Nelson out of Alexandria. And Jeremy Nelson finding something up top. Nelson a winner last week at the Labor Day shootout up in Hibbing. Like I said, one Northern National win. It came a couple of years ago in the Midwest Modified.
Jody Belfi slow down the back chute into the infield.
And Belfi has really had nothing but problems as of late. After what looked like he should have maybe won the Silver 1000, bobbled on the last lap and ended up giving up the lead. Otherwise, he would have won the Silver 1000. Jeremy Nelson, your new leader. Haken hanging on to second.
Both those numbered 4 cars track champions in 2019. Nelson at Ogilvie Raceway, a co-champion with Shane Sabraski. And Stewart in the 4X, your champ at Ashland this year. His 6th overall.
Halfway through this one, Al Utanen up into that 3rd spot, followed by Jeffrey Wood.
Utanen gaining some passing points. He started 8th on the grid.
Lofdahl rifles out of turn number 2.
He's had a nice night so far.
Jeremy Nelson, like you mentioned, a track champion, won the Northern Nationals and the Midwest Modifieds back in 2016.
Also picked up a Labor Day shootout win this past weekend.
2 to go for Jeremy Nelson. Good run for Scott Haken, who's still running second in this one. White flag out for Jeremy Nelson. Well, I know he has some ties up here, but pretty cool to see Jeremy Nelson come up here every year and not race. I guess he even last weekend a big race down at his home track of Alexandria, and he's been up in Hibbing the last couple of years.
And he just picked up a heat win here.
Checkered flag out for Jeremy Nelson. First of the season here in Superior for him. He was followed by Al Utanen. Then we had Scott Haken. Great run for Haken. Spacek finishing in 4th, followed by Donnie Lofdahl. Then we had Greg Chesley. Once again, I'd like to thank Tim's Automotive and Machine, sponsoring our modifieds all weekend long. Remember, Tim's Automotive and Machine is proud to again be involved with the Northern Nationals. They've been providing race engines for all classes for over 30 years. They have a fully equipped machine shop, including 2 CNC machine centers and also a dyno. They build winning race engines, but also do street performance engines and specialty restoration engines. You can call them for more information at 715-568-1323.
Going to pass along a happy birthday greeting going out to Denise Kendall visiting us tonight from Hastings, Minnesota. Denise, wish you a very happy birthday and thank you so very much for being here with us this weekend at the Gondaglaw Speedway for the 31st Annual Northern Nationals presented by Bay Lock and Security. Heat number 2 in our Wissota Modifieds presented this weekend by Tim's Automotive Machine. Dan Ebert in that black number 60 from Lakeshore, Minnesota on the pole alongside of John Topazzini from Thunder Bay, Ontario. Row 2 in, also from Thunder Bay, Ontario in the 150. That's Austin McWilliam to his outside Adam Ayotte from St. Paul, Minnesota in the 04 Junior. Row 3, the 224, Cody Wolkowski from Thunder Bay, Ontario, and the 32 of Cody Carlson from Superior. On the back line scheduled, Paul Nisnik in the 42, not making the call as of yet. He's from Medford, and he's scheduled to line up alongside of Kelly Esty from Kelly Lake, Minnesota in the 37.
Well, we talked about it officially. Kevin Burdick and Matt Darragon on your front row. Row 2 will have Kyle Kopp and Dan Severson in the Super Stocks. Mike Loomis, Destin Cook, row 3. Then we'll have Shane Sabraski and Corey Kasari in row number 4.
Also making the grid, Keith Kern, Brian Carl, Doug Koski, Don Muzzy, Adam Soltis, Andy Gramala, Patrick Beeksma, and Sean McFadden are all in the show in the Super Stocks. Heat 2 in the big mods. Here we go. Dan Ebert, who did not have a good night last night, barely turned any laps in the modified, off and running here early. Ayotte working high side to try and stay with them. Downstairs is Topazzini to his outside, looking over his shoulder. Here comes Carlson from the back. But he had to check up. Wolkowski takes a look to the inside, the yellow 224. Esty, the 8-time Northern Nationals champion in that 37, and he's just shut that car down. And now slow down the front straightaway rather than going into the infield. So that will bring out the caution flag. Not sure what the issue is. But he brings out a caution, and that car now, I don't think he dropped that drive shaft, although he's coasting to a stop as if he did. There's nobody rushing over to the other side of the track to pick up any debris. So the car stopping in turn number 1 for an unknown gremlin, and we'll get this one back underway in just a bit. 2 down and 6 to go for Dan Ebert. It's invitational time.
We're going to see Ebert out in a late model later on.
Yes, we will. A familiar looking late model, actually. There's your spoiler alert. Racing action continuing. We talked about the Wissota 100 at Fergus Falls, Minnesota. We talked about the Dirt Track Nationals at Mosquito Speedway in Thunder Bay the following weekend. The 40th Annual Punky Maynard Challenge of Champions Thursday, Friday, Saturday, September 19th through the 21st at the Red Cedar Speedway in Menominee. Also the 40th Annual Ball Bunyan Stampede Saturday and Sunday, September 21st, 22nd at the Bemidji Speedway, Bemidji, Minnesota. Got another couple of races to tell you about as soon as we get another quiet moment. Ebert leading the way. Ayotte opting for the high side in row 2. Wolkowski likes his choice. He'll follow in the slipstream. Into third, Topazzini trying to charge back on the inside. Topazzini with a slide, but couldn't quite finish the deal. He'll hold on to fourth. Cody Carlson fifth, and Austin McWilliam. Ebert trying to run away and hide as much as possible in this one. Ayotte upstairs, halfway home for Dan Ebert in the 60s. Good battle going for second. Ayotte with company. Wolkowski putting on the pressure. So is Topazzini. Canadian drivers challenging the Twin Cities specialist. Hey, I'd got a good runoff for 2 to extend his cushion. 2 to go for Dan Ebert. The advantage 1.5 seconds. Topazzini working inside on Wolkowski for third down the back chute. Those two still wheel hub to wheel hub. Once more for Dan Ebert in the 60. It will be heat win number 2 on the season for the number 60 of Dan Ebert. Came into tonight with a heat win, a semi-feature win, and an A-main win, and now he's got his second heat win of the year here in Superior. The number 60 of Dan Ebert from Lakeshore, Minnesota, in heat number 2 from the pole. Second to the 04 junior of Adam Ayotte, third to the T23 of John Topazzini, fourth to the 224 of Cody Wolkowski, and fifth to the 32 of Cody Carlson. Jeremy Nelson in heat number 1, Dan Ebert in heat number 2, and heat number 3 looks like, just judging from that front row, this should be entertaining. And then looking deeper in the grid, it's going to get even better, Mark.
Well, a couple former Northern National winners on your front row. On the inside in that 57 car, he won the Northern Nationals a few years back from Jim Falls in the 57. It'll be Mike Anderson. Alongside of him in that 7A car. He is also a Northern Nationals winner. He's won it twice in the Supers, one in the Midwest Mods, has not won it in the Modifieds, but he is leading the Wissota National points in the 7A. Out of Rice, it is Shane Zabraski. Moving it to row number 2 in that 3 car. Racing out of Mason, Wisconsin, that is Jake Hyatt. Alongside of him in the 4S, out of Gilbert, it is Steve Stavanger. Row number 4 in the 68K from right here in Superior. It will be Dan Kingsley on his outside. He's a former Northern Nationals winner back in 2010 from Phillips. It'll be Jeff Spacek. And in row number 4, he's a former Northern Nationals winner, has not won it in the Modifieds, from Superior to be Scott Lawrence. And alongside of him in that 81 car, made the trip here from Elkmount. He is a Northern Nationals winner, but he won it in the late models back in 2010. So Ashley Anderson, who won his first modified Silver 1000 a couple of weeks ago in a modified, looking for his first Northern Nationals win in a modified.
A lot of lane swapping going on deep in the grid.
Zabraski trying to get around the 57 of Anderson for your lead.
Zabraski, your national points leader. Mike Anderson, 4th in national points, and not that far back. Dan Ebert came into the weekend 5th in national points, and he just won himself a heat race just a few moments ago.
Right now in 3rd is that 22 of Jeff Spacek, followed by Ashley Anderson. Anderson already up to 4th as Anderson started at the back in position number 8. So halfway through the field, just 3 laps into this one. Scott Lawrence holding on to that 5th spot.
Now remember, we're talking Ashley Anderson. Mike Anderson's already well up the field, but Ashley just picked off another spot.
Ashley Anderson passed Jeff Spacek.
No relation, by the way.
That we know of.
That we know of.
Ashley Anderson, like we mentioned, winning the Silver 1000 this year. Has won the late models here at the Northern Nationals, but not to the modified. Just Mike Anderson making a run on the 7A of Shane Zabraski. Anderson in the green 57. Down inside the 7A of Zabraski, and Mike Anderson, your leader. The 81 of Ashley Anderson hanging on to that 3rd spot. Anderson with some momentum. He's going to try and get around Zabraski. Pulls up alongside him again. Ashley down low. Ashley Anderson again. He's in front of Shane Zabrowski, and Ashley Anderson has worked his way up into second. Zabrowski in third. White flag out for Mike Anderson. Then it's Ashley Anderson, Shane Zabrowski, and here comes the 95 of Rick Revord is going to get around Shane Zabrowski. Scott Lawrence. I was thinking Lawrence, and
I don't blame you.
Just so used to the 95 being Rick Revord. Checkered flag out for Mike Anderson. Ashley Anderson will finish second, followed by Lawrence, then the 7A of Shane Zabrowski.
Oh, that's his third.
Third win here of the year in that car powered by Tim's Automotive and Machine from Jim Falls. That is Mike Anderson. He was followed by the 81 of Ashley Anderson. Then we had Scott Lawrence, followed by Shane Zabrowski. Then it was Jeff Spacek. He was followed by Steve Stavanger and Jake Hyatt. So Mike Anderson wins heat race number 3 in our Tim's Automotive and Machine Modifieds. Here, part of the third.